Good evening and welcome back to the next chapter of Malamander, which is called A Coin for the Mermonkey. When I reach room 407, I'm puffed out, but it doesn't sound like old Mollusk is following me. I turn the key in the lock and push through into the dark beyond. Room 407, nothing special. It's the cheapest accommodation that the hotel provides. Still, the ceilings are high and the furniture has a grandness about it despite being old. In the single tall window, dark blue velvet curtains hang to the floor, glooming the room. I pull them open and blink in the light. "Let me in quick," says Violet in a muffled voice. She's crouching on the tiny balcony outside. "Anyone could see me here." I open the window and she darts inside, followed by as hard as nails sea wind. "Who, I say, who could see you here?" "I don't know," she says, pulling her borrowed coat tight around her and looking fearful over her shoulder. "Anyone." I walk out onto the balcony and start polishing the rail with my cuff like it's my job. A few people hurry against the wind on the cobbles below. The pier, which stretches out onto the sea ahead, is empty. The tide is in, pounding the sea wall, and the wind moans around the railings and lampposts, carrying with it a hint of fish and chips from Seagull's diner. A bank of dark clouds towers on the horizon, as if it's waiting just for the right moment to dump a ton of snow on the old town. I nip back inside. "I don't think you were seen," I say, but my words trail off as a low moan reaches us from far away, sharpening to a monstrous shrieking roar that rolls around the distant horizon. "What was that?" says Violet. I close the window hurriedly and fasten the catch. "They say it's just the wind." "They say it's just the wind?" says Violet. "Or is it the wind?" "I prefer to think it's just the wind." I straighten my cap. "Don't you?" But Violet doesn't seem to be listening anymore. She's standing in the middle of the room looking around in wonder, and then I remember that she's been here before. I was only a baby, yet it feels like... "Like what?" I say. "Oh, nothing," and she gives me a sheepish grin. "But this is the closest I've been to my mum and dad since..." I say. "But that was 12 years ago, and I don't know what you're hoping to find in here." Every time I rehearsed what would happen if I came back to the hotel, Herbie, I imagined there would be luggage, all the things that my parents had left besides me. I imagined there would be clues. Now it looks like the room might be my only chance to find out anything. I shrug. Then I get down on the floor and start poking around under the bed. Anything that we find here could have been left by any of the other guests that stayed in here. But Violet must know that already, so I don't need to point it out. After about 5 minutes of cobwebs and dust, we stop. There was nothing here. For a moment I wonder if we should climb up and look in the small chandelier, but I already know there'll be nothing there either. "Did you look in the wardrobe?" I say. "Twice." "Well, we should go then. You'll have to climb back down the fire escape, I'm afraid." "Climb," says Violet, snapping her fingers. "Of course. I didn't look on the wardrobe." She grabs the spindly chair from under the tiny desk and pulls it over to the wardrobe. In a moment she's teetering on the top of it in her mother's boots, rummaging around in a cloud of dust of her own making. "Doesn't anyone ever clean in this hotel? There are hundreds of rooms, you know," I say, "and anyway, who will clean up there?" "Because of these," says Violet, and she jumps down from the chair. She's holding a bunch of papers and pieces of cards, and she spreads them out on the bed. There are several till receipts and tags cut off from holiday clothes, a foreign coin, 2 Pokemon cards. "Aha!" cries Violet, snatching something up in both hands. It's the size of a postcard and has a line of numbers and letters printed on it. "Yes!" she cries, and she holds it up to me. On the back of the card is a drawing of a crooked little monkey. Or is it a chimp? In a top hat, and the monkey has a fish's tail. In a moment Violet has pulled out the dog-eared card that she keeps on the ribbon round her neck and holds them both up together. They match. "The numbers and letters are different," I say, "and any one of the guests who stayed here could have left that behind." "What?" Violet looks unimpressed. "Are you saying it's a coincidence? That these 2 freaky postcards just happen to be in the same room at the same time and it isn't connected? How can you say that?" "Unless you know something about these cards." I straighten my cap to meet her gaze. Almost. "Herbie, you do know something, don't you? You recognise that weird monkey." "When were you going to tell me?" Violet demands. And I wonder again why I didn't say something the first time I saw the card round Violet's neck. And then I remembered it's because I didn't want to encourage the whole detective nonsense, that's why. And yet here I am the next day stealing keys and searching for clues, helping a secret girl climb up a fire escape. And probably about time I just gave in and accepted the case whether I liked it or I didn't. It's a prescription card from the Eerie Book Dispensary, I say, throwing my hands up in surrender. Most people round here have them. It's really nothing unusual. Nothing unusual? Violet is getting cross, I can tell. If it's nothing unusual, why have I no idea what on earth what did you call it is? A prescription card, I say, from the Eerie Book Dispensary. Why do I have no idea what that is? You know how people go to see a doctor to get medicine, I say. Well, it's the same, only with books. The stories are like medicine, see? But I can tell from Violet's face that she doesn't. You know, I say, scooping the rubbish up from the bed and flicking the coin to Violet, I think it would be best if I took you there so you can see for yourself. And the next chapter is called The Eerie Book Dispensary. Bye, everybody.